Good.
And we're live.
Eating some cookies today.
Fat Pit is live.
Yeah, I'm eating a lot today. Just some cookies, some pizza. Anyways, enough about me and my food. Love for food. What's up, everybody? It's your pals. I'm George Boutsalis.
And I'm Ricky Liordi.
Oh, and that's my cue. If you're listening, stop what you're doing. Have you stopped? Good. Now go to Apple Podcasts. Click on 5 stars. Write a nice comment like "We heart the pals" or "Ricky is the worst pal, George is the best," or vice versa if you like Ricky, or we just love the pals. But leave us a 5-star review. Leave us a comment. We really would appreciate that. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms, and let's end this ramble and get into it. Rick, who do we have on the podcast today?
We had the captain of the Toronto Rock, Challen Rogers, in the studio today. He also recently signed one of the longest deals in Toronto Rock history. He was the 2nd overall pick, and we got to chat about the NLL, the Toronto Rock, his career, but also a good episode for us to learn about lacrosse and to really dive deep into, such a great underviewed sport in Canada. So it was definitely an exciting one for us. We got to learn, and he was one of the boys.
Yeah,
we had some good laughs on this one.
Honestly, a lot of fun. I also didn't realize how much I knew about lacrosse, so humble brag to myself. But
a lot of humble brags this episode.
A lot of them. Challen, thanks for coming on and being a pal. Best of luck. We hope you get down to the States to play in the in the PLL, and we can't wait to see the NLL come back. And the pals will be front row, crushing a couple Kingsville brews.
Heck yeah.
Against the glass. And on that note, we got to give some shout-outs. We want to give a shout-out to a new sponsor and supporter of the Pals podcast. Just a terrific company. My pal, what do you got in your hand over there? Damn, that sounds nice. We put a few of these back yesterday, I think.
Oh yeah, we were crushing a couple of them. We'd like to give a shout out, and this is one of our new presenting sponsors, Kingsville Brewery. We've been drinking the Light A lager, and it's refreshing, light, premium, and it's a perfect drink to have with your pals on the cottage, in the studio, wherever you are. It's all natural, clean ingredients, award-winning Canadian beer. They're available at your local LCBO, beer stores, grocery stores, and some of the best beer we've had. And big shout out to them because they even gave us this nice red fridge you'll see in our studio on YouTube. So check them out at www.kingsvillebrewery.com or on socials at Kingsville Brewery.
Yeah, love it. That fridge is fantastic. Kingsville, thank you so much, guys. It makes it very easy for me to grab a nice, refreshing Kingsville Canadian beer, literally right next to the couch. So appreciate that. And guys, as someone who's not the biggest beer drinker, I can tell you that these are honestly, the beer's incredible. We love partnering with people who we believe in their brand, believe in their product, and I can tell you Kingsville makes a quality beer. I really enjoy it. Like I said, I had a few of them yesterday for St. Patty's. So thanks, Kingsville. We appreciate the partnership. And yeah, guys, go check them out at LCBO and pick up a pack today. And
yeah, only 130 calories per pint.
Poof, I could afford to lay off the calories too. So thanks again, Kingsville. Appreciate that. Guys, I want to give another shout out to our baby, our project, our new platform, Cast. For those who are not aware, Cast is a new social media platform, and it's the first social voting platform of its kind. We are on a mission to remove the friction to participate in online conversations, and what that means is we want to create a place for people to be honest, authentic, curious, genuine, and just be themselves online. We want to remove that fear of judgment and reprisal, and create a curious community of people that can ask questions, give answers, have healthy discourse, and all of the important things in life that help stimulate conversation and communication. So right now we are in open beta. It's a super exciting time. We just launched the website, so you can now download it from our website, from our social channels, wherever you need to get it. You can go to joincast.co or joincast.co on any social media platform and download the app today. We're live on Android now and on iOS. And hopefully soon our full web platform will be up. But yeah, get to our website, www.joincast.co, to download today. We love you all. Thank you for the support so far.
And one last sponsor, last but not least, our good friends over at RFP Design. If you haven't been watching on YouTube, we actually have a brand new, sleek, sexy looking new couch in the studio. It's become a staple of our studio now, and it's gorgeous. And it's from our good friends over at RFP Design. Reliable, innovative, skilled. This is your custom furniture experience transformed. They turn visions into requests into reality. We've known Andrew Moretti and his team for many years now, and we finally got a chance to work with them. And the whole process was seamless. From designing the couch to picking the fabric to the delivery and installation, everything, it was just super easy and convenient. They made our job honestly super easy. So if you're looking for any new furniture or looking for any custom projects, reach out to them at www.rfpdesign.com and let them know that the pal sent you. You won't get a discount, but just let them know we sent you anyways, just for fun.
Hey, throw him a discount, Andrew.
There we
Come
go.
on.
For the pals. But Georgie,
LFG, baby.
let's go. Next thing you know, a couple of drinks. So just keep the mic really close to your mouth. It should always be like straight on, maybe like a fist away.
All right.
Yeah, you get a little closer.
Kitty.
There you go.
Okay.
We're good.
Are we Gucci?
Yep.
We rolling?
We're rolling.
I love that you say that.
Yeah, Gucci.
I always say that.
Do you know what? I started
yeah.
saying that randomly a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, it's Gucci. Everything's
It's
Gucci.
Gucci.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Ray's a big Gucci guy. He's got a Gucci backpack over there.
Hey, do you know, let me tell a story about that quickly. When I was, I think, like 17, I saw it, and I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, a Gucci knapsack. Oh, my God. And my parents were in Vegas at the time. My dad won, like, a poker tournament or something, like, had a little bit of extra cash. And my brother got, like, a sick, like, Louis Vuitton belt or something. Like, that's what my parents bought him with the cash. And they're like, what do you want? I'm like, I want a knapsack. I want a Gucci knapsack. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I got it. I remember wearing it one day on campus at university at Western. And I'm like, I'm the biggest douchebag on campus right now. I cannot wear this knapsack. But it's like, you know, it's kind of expensive knapsack, so I can't really not use it. It's like, I got to get my money's worth somehow. So that's the story of my Gucci knapsacks. Have you ever seen me rolling down King Street with it?
And it sits on the floor now.
No, it sits on the
Just
floor.
sits here. I don't even know why it's here. It's always empty.
No, it's my book that I keep, like, when I know I'm not going to be in here for a couple days, I'll, like, pack my shit and I'll put it in there and I'll take it with me. But lately, we're in here basically every day.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Anyways,
welcome
to the podcast.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good having you.
Yeah.
It's great in here.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
a good little vibe.
Yeah.
It is a vibe.
Yeah, well, you've obviously done a couple of podcasts, you said?
Yeah.
How were those?
They're good. They're good. I think early on they were kind of brutal. Just kind of your generic answers, but a little bit more confident now. Just kind of let it slide out.
Yeah.
A little bit easier.
Not like a post-game presser, eh?
Yeah, you know, pucks deep. Pucks deep, crash and bang, you know, the generics.
Did you, growing up, were you right into lacrosse? Did you play any other sport? Did you play hockey, any other sports?
I started with soccer. I was a soccer player, and then my soccer coach actually got me into lacrosse. He first wanted me to get into rugby. That was the sport he wanted me to go into, but yeah, lacrosse.
Said you're too big to be playing soccer, eh? That's it.
I played soccer till like senior year of high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Won a few provincial championships.
Humble brag.
Actually, my junior year of high school, we won provincials, and then a guy on our team from the previous year who graduated ran up to like the opposing side, and was like flashing his ring and stuff, like, "Oh, we did it again, we won." Turns out the entire team just started sprinting at him. Guys were jumping like the fence, and it was just full on brawl.
Come on.
Yeah, I got suspended. Our team got suspended to play in the provincials the next year.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Was that the end of your soccer career there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when it was time to hang him up.
That's me, like, I got to go into a sport a little more physically violent.
Yeah. Get rid of it.
How long, like, did you know once you got into lacrosse, you wanted to pursue it as a career, like, from early on, or was it more just like a hobby? What was your like mindset out?
To be honest, when I first started playing, I was horrific. Like, I was really, really bad. I remember just having like, I was that kid with glasses, classic cheese grater bucket. And just
The
like,
Jofa bucket?
Yeah, like I think it might have been iTech, which is even worse. Yeah. But yeah, no, the worst stick. Couldn't catch, couldn't pass, couldn't do anything. But it was a challenge, and I found it pretty interesting, and kind of just every year after that, kind of new goals for it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Let's move the mic a little closer.
Oh, here I got you.
What is that noise? Someone like, do you hear that?
I have no idea. It's weird.
It's like drilling in here.
I don't know. It's we're having some technical difficulties. No, kidding. But yeah, I actually played lacrosse too growing up. I was really bad. Mimico lacrosse.
Mountaineers.
I had no.
Mimico Mountaineers. Yeah.
I've known Rick for a decade. I did not know this.
Played 3 years. And I remember I had the short shorts because that's what lacrosse players wore back then. I know obviously don't wear short shorts anymore, but I had the shortest shorts and I was a goalie in hockey. So they were like, you should just play goalie in lacrosse. It should be very similar.
Yeah.
And I still, to this day, do not understand how goalies play lacrosse goalie. I think that's like the most terrifying thing in the world.
Yeah.
You got a solid rubber ball flying at you the same speed as a puck, but you have less protective equipment. So I don't understand that.
Psychos.
Like field lacrosse goalies.
Field lacrosse goal.
Like, you have no protection.
None.
Like, what?
Yeah, how do you do that in field lacrosse?
You ever watch the highlights? I'm like, yo, these guys, like, that's a solid rubber ball. That's literally a puck, but bigger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've taken shots, like, when I went down to school. I would just, like, kind of strap on the pads, just go in net. And, yeah, not a whole lot of fun in there.
And then you get lit up, too, because, like, the average score in a lacrosse game is, what, like 10-8?
Yeah, and it's probably even higher.
Exactly.
Especially
so you're just
in
getting
field
constantly
lacrosse.
lit up.
Field lacrosse, yeah.
It's like confidence is all-time low.
You make 8 saves a game, you're like, that was a good game.
Yeah, I played really good that game.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like, are they just not, like, traditionally speaking, not to put any former teammates or friends on blast, but our goalies is absolutely nuts. Like, who the hell wants to stand in front of that ball?
Yeah, they got to be a little different.
Well, they honestly say that goalies in hockey are like weirdos.
Yeah.
And I'm a goalie.
You're a goalie. You're
I'm a
weirdo.
goalie, so I'm allowed to say that. But that's like the thing that goalies are just generically weirdos.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I think I'm all right.
Ricky, me and Ricky had a debate. Rick's weird. We had a debate off camera. Ricky said he invented tequila beers.
You ever had a tequila beer?
I don't know. Maybe by accident.
I'll teach you.
All right, let's go.
I got you. We'll have one
I
off
was
there.
really hoping he was going to say
You
you had it. So I was like,
yeah, I had it back in 2007. It's like, shit, he did invent them. Okay, so wait, you grew up out west. Started playing lacrosse. Where'd you play, I guess, before going pro, where'd you play lacrosse? After high school? How does it work? Is there like a junior lacrosse league before you go pros?
Yeah, so junior lacrosse, I played for my hometown, Coquitlam. Really rich in kind of tradition. And our team, our organization's kind of been to the Minto Cup, which is like the national championship, like past 10 years in a row, 10, 11 years. So it was obviously great playing there, but
and this is when you were like fully developed, like you're good at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
no cheese grater bucket, no high tech.
I got some 60s at this point.
Yeah, a little bit better. But yeah, after high school, went to college at Stony Brook University, which is Long Island, New York. Cool. So kind of went coast to coast, and yeah, summers was junior lacrosse.
That's it.
Yeah.
What did you play? Is it box in the States or is it field lacrosse in the States?
It's all field.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's growing down there, but it's nowhere near the level that it is up here.
So funny enough, I had a conversation. My girlfriend's like cousin actually just I think he plays down in like Michigan now. I was talking to him because I have a fascination with, not a fascination, but I've taken a lot more interest in lacrosse lately, mostly because of what's his name? Who's the guy on Instagram, plays runs the PLL?
Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel.
Yeah. I
saw him at the beginning of COVID. It popped up on my Instagram.
Yeah.
So I've like.
What's his name?
Paul Rabel.
Yeah.
He started the he's the founder. Him and his brother founded the PLL, the something lacrosse league,
Premier
Lacrosse League. And what they did was, I'm going to tell my understanding as a non-lacrosse player, and then you can like tell us a little bit more about it. But the PLL, why it was different. So it's in Canada we play box, and the States field. And he started the PLL, which was like a traveling lacrosse league. So they would have like tournaments. It actually came in Hamilton.
It's legit.
Yeah, it's cool. And he basically like vlogs or documents a story of like sponsorships and all that. Really, really cool guy to follow.
I'm gonna follow him right now.
Yeah, you see him practicing in like his garage, and the ball against the wall and stuff. So, anyways, because of him, I started to get really into lacrosse, and I started watching some of the games. But then I just still don't understand too much of it. Like, and that's what I want to understand better is like, why is Canada still box? Is box harder? Kind of maybe take us through like, so our listeners who probably not a lot of, I would guess not a lot of like lacrosse players. We have lacrosse people who listen. I don't know. Fans.
I don't know how many lacrosse fans we have,
but like
we're about to have some.
But
more.
that's what I mean.
Let's go.
So I guess just for context, so when we explain it, like dumb it down for like the average Joe.
Yeah.
And myself, an average Joe who doesn't know anything about lacrosse either.
So field lacrosse, it's 9 players on the field, including a goalie. The defenders have 6-foot long sticks.
Long sticks.
Long sticks.
They're crazy too.
Yeah,
They're like
violent.
Yeah.
They're violent. You can meet some defensemen that just do not care about your well-being and just tee off on your arms, and you don't even really wear pads, so it's just get.
It's lacrosse is
And
actually
they're metal.
fucked when
They're
you
metal
think about
sticks. They're not like fiberglass like hockey.
I think
right?
they're
So
aluminum,
like
right?
Aluminum, right?
Aluminum, titanium. There's some carbon ones out there.
Jesus.
There's a
And the
little
thing
bit
is, you're
of everything.
allowed to slash. Like it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's
Like in hockey, it's like you touch someone, it's 2-minute penalty.
Yeah.
Here it's like just whack away.
You could
Sorry,
get
I
like,
hijacked your story.
No, it's all good. You could get like a good 2-3 whacks in, and then they'll be like, tone it down a little bit. It's like, thanks. Like, my
here's a
hand's
couple
broken.
more.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's field lacrosse. Goalies, obviously, no pads, psychos. The nets are 6x6. So even, confidence
So
builder.
nets are bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 6 feet by 6 feet.
That's huge.
Yeah. Massive.
Goalie nets in
Probably
hockey.
like this couch, maybe end to end.
Goalies are 4x4, I think.
Yeah. So
Hockey's 4x4, you mean?
I think so.
Yeah.
And indoor lacrosse is 4x4 too. Or no, it's the triangle.
triangle in the back, but it's 4 by, I want to say 5, 4 or 5.
Doesn't even know.
It's more like a hockey size,
even
but like yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a hockey size, which is weird. Bigger nets, no gear. Smaller net, all the gear.
Yeah.
Psychos.
But yeah, it's, indoors a lot like hockey, with kind of like hints of basketball in there. A lot of pick and rolls, just moving the ball a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, transition game, kind of, it's more my area. Just kind of going up and down the floor.
Okay. And more like in box would be more like, is it more speed with box or is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely the PLL. Actually, they shortened the field to try to make it a little bit quicker.
Okay.
They have 2-point, an arc, 2-point arc.
Oh, wow.
So
I didn't know that about it.
Yeah.
What is that? Sorry.
it's like the 3-point of lacrosse. essentially.
Oh, so if you score from behind the line, it's 2 points?
2 points.
Wow, guys
Yeah.
just probably ripping from out there.
Yeah.
Creates probably a lot of egos out there. You guys
Oh,
just
yeah.
teeing off.
Yeah. I've scored, not another humble brag, but I've scored like 2 or 3 2-point goals, and like it's just run as fast as you can, stop, and just kind of close your eyes, shoot as hard as you can. That's what it is for me.
What
at
do you
least.
like better?
I think I like box a little bit better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is that like the politically correct answer? Or is that like what you really think?
That's what I really
Okay.
think. Yeah.
Is that because you grew up playing it that way or just because the tradition? Is it?
We're just firing off questions at this point.
I'm gonna say as far as
Yeah.
because I'm really fascinated by lacrosse lately. Like it's something that I've just gotten really into. But sorry, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just the one I've kind of been playing the most of. I kind of find it a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fast paced. Tons of goals, tons of hits, tons of slashing.
That's what I was gonna ask about. So one thing about the hits, like you get slash in both regardless. The hits, are they harder because of the boards, or can you get like open field hits, like people get absolutely blown up?
So in field, if you're 6 feet from the ball, you can get hit.
It's not even. Oh, you don't even have the ball.
You don't even have the ball. So like if the ball's kind of like right in the middle there, like we could just all tee off on each
So
other.
did you see the highlight? So lacrosse is an interesting sport because it's kind of like, it's more like football than hockey in the sense that when you're on offense, you're trying to hit people too. Whereas in hockey, when you have the puck, you're not trying to hit people. In soccer, when you have the ball, you're not trying to attack people, right? You're trying to get around their pass. In lacrosse, when you have the ball, you're literally trying to go through people sometimes. Like, you're like, oh, this dude's smaller than me, I'm just going to truck him.
Yeah.
It's like, what the like, imagine like Sidney Crosby coming down on a one-on-one, just drops his shoulder into the like it would never happen.
Yeah.
Do you see the highlight? It was just on Instagram late.
I feel like I know what you're gonna bring up.
The guy just like trucks a dude, stops, looks at him.
Waves at him.
Yeah,
He does
keeps
like the little
he
finger
trucks
wave.
another dude and then passes it off. And I was like, holy fuck, these guys are animals.
That's where you just stay on the ground. I don't even know what you do at that point. You get trucked, like do you stay at the ground?
You just take
like,
the L and just stay there.
Like score, please score.
That's,
So
I'm in a giggly mood. I'm in a good mood. Sun shining.
how many did you do four full years down in the States?
Yep.
And when you were done that, you're like, I want to go back up. Was it your goal to come back up and play in the
NLL.
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 Yeah, NLL.
Yeah, so kind of growing up, I wanted to play collegiate lacrosse, and then obviously take that kind of and play pro. I really actually wanted to go to Johns Hopkins.
That's the top school.
Yeah, it's actually where Paul Rabel went.
Yeah.
He was kind of my favorite player when I was younger, but
Oh, no way.
yeah,
Oh, so this dude's like really legit.
Yeah, I think he's like the best.
He was
one
the
of-
face of lacrosse for a long time.
Okay, so what's the difference between the PLL and the NLL?
PLL is outdoor. NLL
Oh,
is
so it's the
indoor.
professional outdoor league, and then NLL is professional indoor.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And the
PLL's
NLL is
fairly new though.
Yeah, it's I want to say going into its third year.
Yeah.
Third,
Is
fourth year.
PLL in Canada as well or no?
So they still do the traveling teams. So they kind of have the select.
The teams aren't like, I don't think they're named by city. I think it's
No,
like, he's on the Bulls maybe, or the Atlas, or there's like a bunch of these like names.
Yeah.
I think there's like 8 teams, 8 teams, something. And so, like I said earlier, they played with the year that the inception. They had a weekend in Hamilton where they played.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly wish I would have gone to see it. I would think it would have been really cool.
The NLL's in Canada and the States, though, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
So I was gonna ask, like you said, Paul Rabel was the face of it, and you grew up watching him. But from my understanding, at least from what I knew, my first thing I kind of knew about, the first player I knew about in lacrosse was John Tavares.
Yeah.
For those listeners who don't know, John Tavares, not the hockey player. His uncle is actually named John Tavares, and I think he's like the all-time. Is he the all-time point getter in the NLL?
Yeah, he's like one of
He's
the
he's
leaders,
up there.
So would he be like equal to Paul Rabel in terms of the face, or was Paul Rabel much more mainstream, more like socially known? Is that why?
Yeah, he kind of was more mainstream, just kind of field lacrosse, obviously kind of bigger in the States, and he did play some indoor.
Oh, okay.
And I think he won with Washington back in the day, but he was definitely the face more so because of field lacrosse, and then obviously like if you're kind of a diehard box guy, you know the John Tavares, the John Grant Jr.'s, the Colin Doyles.
Yeah. Colin Doyle, I also know that name as well.
Did you know that John Tavares, the captain of the Leafs, was actually a better lacrosse player than he was hockey player? Yeah.
Huh?
Fact.
You don't know that fun fact? John Tavares Sr. lives to live on my street.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
We're just lacrosse guys now.
No, so that's I remember that's kind of how I know John Tavares. I remember they did a piece on him on TSN. Remember when they would like spotlight people back in the day, and that's when I figured out that like lacrosse is obviously. I just thought it was like a major sport. Thought they like played and were like as famous as hockey players. And then I saw this piece on him, and he was a teacher at what's the school in Mississauga? Philip Pocock. So he taught at Philip Pocock as a teacher, played lacrosse on like whatever the next games are.
Yeah.
And I was like, this guy plays in the league and teaches?
Yeah.
And then he played for the Buffalo Bandits. So he would drive to Buffalo for his games. And that's what I kind of knew, and I started like getting a little bit interested in lacrosse. And then I didn't hear about it for a while. And before I went to university, so this is now 2008, my parents, we had moved from like Mississauga, Oakville to like Mississauga Port Credit area. One day we're out, like it's a neighbor that I would have like the Canada Day block parties, and we're out walking around. I was like, I recognize that guy. I was trying to think. I was like, I know his face. I've seen him somewhere. And one of the neighbors, I was like, who is that guy? He's like, oh, it's John Tavares. It's around the same year I think John Tavares was like coming up into. I think he got drafted around that time. So anyways, I go up to him. I was like, hey, big fan. Like I saw you in this.
Big fan, eh?
He has 2 kids from at the time, a son and a daughter, and his son was like 2 years old, and he was playing playing lacrosse in the street, just ripping shots.
Yeah.
Like 2-year-old kid holding a lacrosse stick, just like hitting corners. I was like, what the fuck? This kid's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it just runs in their family that they're meant to play lacrosse.
Imagine being like a little brother or a little sister of a lacrosse player. It's like, hey, I need some practice going that.
Yeah.
You're just teed off on your little sibling.
Oh yeah.
Did you
You're
have
just carrying the ball and just blowing them up?
Did you have any siblings?
No, I was an only child.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you were ripping against like the Mr. Goalie or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I was a loner.
Come on, being modest.
Okay, so let's. I want to rewind a little. So okay, after the university, you went
So
to
you
Long
went-
Island.
Yep.
So then you got drafted second overall. Googled that. Pretty big flex.
Dab.
Well, that's gotta be pretty fucking sick, right?
Yeah.
You at home with the family, I guess.
I actually got flown out for it.
So you knew you were going top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They called me up. They told me I was going second.
Yeah, the 1 and 3rd pick, they were both to Saskatchewan, and that summer before I got drafted, I was playing in Oakville with a lot of Toronto guys, Toronto management, Toronto coaching, Toronto players.
Oh, so this was a lock.
So it just kind of worked out where they kind of had that second pick, and I was kind of good enough to fill that role, and I'm happy to still be here.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a pretty cool feeling, knowing you want to like grow up, play box, and all that stuff, and just getting taken second overall. I mean, I first probably would have been, but like still the top to Toronto, like biggest city. You don't
Yeah.
want Saskatchewan. You don't want to go to Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Saskatoon, what are they called?
Sask Vegas. No, that's what they call it.
Actually,
out
but
there,
in all seriousness, I heard the Saskatoon Saskatchewan Rough Riders. I heard their games are absolutely wild.
Yeah.
of the CFL.
Yeah.
I heard
Well,
they're like
like,
the craziest games.
Honestly, like our games in Saskatchewan or their games in Saskatchewan, they're jam-packed. Like,
Yeah.
Sask
there's
Vegas, what else you got
yeah,
going on?
Exactly. There's not a lot going on, and their fans are electric. Like, just always giving her.
So as a player, then actually, I know I made a joke about Saskatchewan, but as a player, being because to your point as well, like the CFL, like Winnipeg, they're like all the teams that are not in major cities. I think just like their fans are more committed. It's more like a community cultural thing, I guess, community thing. As a player, are you? Maybe I can't answer because you can't put Toronto on your own team on blast. But is it more exciting to play like for a team like Saskatchewan? Like, do you hear their players that love it there, even though the city's not as big, or is being in the big city cool? Like, is it like I don't know how does that? I don't know if you can answer that.
I know a lot of the guys on their team love playing there. I think obviously the fans have a big role in that because there is not a whole lot to do out there. But I mean, I love playing in Toronto, and we have some great fans. Even though like we might not have, a sold out barn or whatever. The people that are there are louder than ever, and couldn't ask really for a better group.
Yeah.
Hey, we're fucking going.
100%. I've actually
Season opener. We're gonna be there.
Let's go.
Alan, we just tilt the mic a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah, we
sorry.
gotta, there we go.
just not blocking your face a little bit.
Yeah. So we're gonna
Big guy, but it's still kind of like blocking a little bit.
We're gonna,
gotta get the nice flow in the mug in.
when the season starts, we're gonna grab some jerseys and we're gonna go.
100%.
I know a guy that can get you tickets.
Let's do it. We got a guy now. We got a guy.
I've actually, I've gotten tickets before, and I've never ended up going. I think it was like but both Ricky and I, like our families, have Leafs and Raps tickets separately. But I think a couple times, like they've offered to give us some tickets for the Rock. I could have sworn I was supposed to go once, and I never ended up going. I don't think I've still seen a lacrosse game, like live. I've watched them. Honestly, I have. I used to love watching.
The highlights get me going.
Yeah.
Watching people just truck them.
Dude, you gotta look up the PL, like look it up and watch
I'm
it.
gonna Google.
Some of the highlights are fucking.
Well, you know what I love? It's like you get goals where like people are just jumping through because you can't go in that little circle, right?
Yeah.
Which is fucking weird in my opinion. But you see people just flying through the air, just ripping. I'm like, man, that's fucking sick.
Oh
Yeah. Some nice plays.
Oh yeah.
What's so let's dive into yours a little bit. So what's do you have a goal that's stuck out in your memory forever? That's was like a highlight reel, championship winning goal, game winning goal?
It's a good question. No, not really. None that really pop out. There's, my first goal in Toronto was pretty exciting. That was, I think, my second game, and it was our home opener against Saskatchewan.
Las Vegas.
And they
Made him pay for not taking you first, eh?
Had to. But yeah, no, we ended up winning that game. They were the champion. They won the year before. Yeah, that was kind of
down.
Yeah, let's go.
That's gotta feel good.
Yeah.
What was it like when you got announced as captain? Like that's gotta be fucking sick.
Yeah, it was crazy. I know like the captain we had, he kind of moved on and went to San Diego, and I kind of knew that there was that void there, but I didn't think it was gonna be me. So it was shocking, I guess you could say. I wasn't expecting it. I was speechless when I talked to like our GM owner and coach, and they had brought it up, and I mean you don't say no to opportunities like that. So yeah, it's kind of been a learning experience, but one I'd love to keep on going.
Well, it looks like you're signed on for another 6 years.
Yeah, 7.
I also 7 years. Googled
Yeah,
that one.
we have to Google some of this.
Yeah,
stuff to
man,
make sure
it's
we
the
do it.
longest contract in Toronto Rock history, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Yeah.
Fucking another big flex.
Okay, you show those guys in Las Vegas who's boss,
yeah,
eh?
let's go.
Let's go.
So
That's
what's-
awesome, though. Good for you, man.
What's the
thank
part
you.
of the game that you love the most? Like, is it just absolutely ripping? Is it, getting in the corners and battling? Is it just because you're a bigger dude too? Is it, you just love just grinding it out?
Yeah, I mean, I love playing defense and like just kind of pushing the ball, being a part offensively as well. It's kind of been my game since I was a younger kid. But it's kind of weird, kind of at school. I was more offensive, and where in box I'm more defensive.
Okay.
So it kind of took me a few years in the NLL to kind of figure it out and put them both together. But it's after I kind of figured out that, and a lot of it's just kind of learning curves with goalies and other players. But Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I can't complain about it. It's the best.
Fires me up.
That's awesome. It's got to be. I mean, in box, the defenders don't have like longer sticks. They're
All same size.
pretty much similar, yeah.
Yeah, there's like a kind of loose range of. I don't want to give you the numbers, but it's there's set kind of parameters with stick length.
So when you say like you have to adapt to more defense. The defense is, I guess, would be very different still than playing like field. Whereas field, you're playing defense, you're not really taking shots on net. Like I'm guessing,
Yeah.
And like it's really a defensive role. Whereas maybe, or you tell us, like if for a box, it's a little more dynamic. Like, even though you're defense, you still have the opportunity to participate offensively, pushing the ball up, like you said earlier, in transition and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like kind of when our goalie makes a save or something, I'm just kind of gone. It's just kind of like once I know he's got it, then I'm just kind of breaking up floor. I might not get the ball all game, but it kind of like makes the opposing offenders try to get back, hustle, and make them work a
stretch
little
the
bit
floor.
harder. Yeah, stretch the floor. Exactly.
So wait, you might not get the ball all game.
I usually do.
Okay.
But
He's like, yeah, some defenders might not get the ball all game.
Okay.
our transition game's really good. Our guys are awesome and kind of bought into that role. So it's just, it's a good group to be a part of.
I'm gonna ask this like naively because I haven't followed the season recently, but I do remember the Toronto Rock were one of the dominant teams in the league for a long time.
Yep.
I believe it was late 90s, 2000s or something.
Yep.
They were like 6-year champions or 7 out of 8 years.
Yeah.
That's the TSN days. I remember these back in the day.
If you really want to like throwback movie to kind of get you in lacrosse spirit, War on the Floor.
War on the floor.
War on
What
the
a sick
Floor.
name, too.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. The
Yeah?
entire thing's on YouTube. If you're really bored and have nothing to do,
I'm gonna fire it up.
yeah, it'll get you going.
Get my Toronto
And what is
Rock
it? What's the
jersey.
prize? Is it about? Like, is it specifically about lacrosse? Is it about Toronto? What?
It's kind of about the NLL. Kind of follows the Rock though. They were beasts back in the day. Colin Doyle actually kind of worked with him, but he was one of him and a guy named Bob Watson. We're only 2 players to win 6.
goalie?
Yeah, he was the goalie.
Woo, I'm on your
go.
spin facts. Let's go, baby. The Toronto Rock's newest fan. Let's go.
Love it.
Honestly, I remember Bob Watson. I don't know why I remember that name. He played for a long time.
Yeah.
He was on the championship teams those years.
Yep. He won 6.
Buddy, we're gonna be there on the glass, Kingsville in hand, just banging on the windows.
100%.
I'm fired up, man.
I might buy. I might cop some season tickets.
Let's go.
Honestly, how long does the season run typically? Like, how long do you guys?
Early December to kind of early June.
Okay.
How many games?
It's kind of changed the past few years.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I want to say we're at like 18.
Okay.
Oh, so like once a week, twice a week kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's nice.
Yeah.
And so the season this year is not like
Non-existent.
really.
Yeah. We had a tentative kind of date for April.
Okay.
Obviously, that's kind of kibosh now. So we're just kind of turning the page, going to December.
So you guys, now what happens? It stays through training camp, like, or not training camp. Sorry, I guess like off-season training now. Just staying in shape. Are you guys going to the States to train? Like, what do you do now to?
Yeah, it's just kind of working out. A lot of working out. Kind of when we were in the Orange, we kind of had like a like pro kind of throw your stick in type league. And that kind of kept us playing. But that was kind of for April. But obviously, kind of in lockdown, we don't really have that opportunity anymore.
Yeah.
But the PLL actually that starts up in June, so it'll be interesting how that all works out.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to head down there and play or no?
It just kind of depends on the border.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
I
actually,
wanted to
they
go
put-
down there and live there, I could. But just work purposes and stuff.
But if you're part of signed with the Rock, but like the PLL is kind of a different independent league. If they needed, could you join? Does that work that way?
Yeah, so there's a lot of guys in the NLL that play in the PLL and vice versa.
Do they not? The seasons don't coincide at all.
No.
Oh,
No.
cool! I didn't think about that.
It used to kind of overlap a little bit depending on how far you got in the playoffs.
Okay.
But yeah, the PLL expansion draft or the entry draft was a few weeks ago. And so kind of, I don't want to bore you with the specifics.
No,
but
hit
so
Clearly, I'm the biggest fan. I love this.
You should probably already know this.
Actually, I'm going to be honest. I have not followed up I haven't keeping up with the PLL or Paul Rabel that much lately. So this is all news to me.
So before the PLL came, there's the MLL, which is Major League Lacrosse, and that was the premier professional field lacrosse league. And then Rabel and his brother kind of started that up a few years ago. And then this past year, or I guess a few months ago, they merged, called it a merger, took one team from the MLL, put it in the PLL. And so all the player pool from the MLL was in this draft a few weeks ago. So that's kind of, there's a few drafts in the PLL this year.
Okay.
But yeah, got picked up in that, which was nice and exciting. Joined a bunch of Canadians who are on the Chaos.
Ooh, so you're on the Chaos.
Chaos.
Oh, so you're actually on a team there technically.
So if the borders open up, you're gonna just head down there.
Oh yeah.
So she's gonna pick up the long stick now,
so,
eh?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, long stick, no.
So now this is really interesting. I actually didn't have any. I had no idea they kind of guys play in both leagues. I didn't really think about that from a schedule perspective. So if it opens up and you go play down there, so it's going to be a traveling thing. But where does the Chaos? Do they all play out of one practice facility? How does that work exactly?
No, so kind of wherever the event is, you kind of go there and practice beforehand. So you fly in Thursday or Friday, practice that Friday, and then if you play Saturday, you're out of there Sunday.
Oh wow!
Yeah, just weekend warriors.
Just city to city, just tearing it up.
Yeah. It's nice though. You get to travel and see a bunch of places you probably wouldn't really get to see on a regular basis.
Yep.
So it's nice kind of being able to bounce around.
Do they have a pretty good fan base to PLL? Do they get when they go I don't even know how that works. Do they pick cities where they know there's a pretty big lacrosse and Baltimore, John Hopkins? People got to go nuts there. If you go, is it Duke as well? Is pretty good or no?
Yeah, Duke's
good.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I want to say Raleigh, North
Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah, Duke's North Carolina.
Yeah, I think they do. There are some big lacrosse markets in the States. Obviously, kind of North Carolina being one of them, and Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
I think they played at Stony Brook actually last year, 2 years ago. But yeah, they kind of bounce around everywhere. They're in Utah and California and.
Sweet. I saw Utah. I remember that was during the pandemic. I think they played a weekend there.
Yeah. They had their bubble in Utah last year.
That's what it was then. Yeah. I remember seeing him do the road trip out there. He drove out Paul Rabel. I don't know how I know all this stuff about Paul Rabel. I remember following him. He's really good. He's a good personality of social media.
That's it.
Really good social media personality. That'd be pretty cool for you if they played back in Stony Brook and went down.
Oh yeah.
Get all the old fans out.
I saw that and I was like,
get the boys.
Nice. Yeah, exactly. The boys.
Coming out in the Chaos jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go.
That's honestly pretty cool. That's fuck lacrosse is sick.
Well,
I'm into it.
I want to switch off topic a little bit. Talk about some non-lacrosse stuff.
Right.
So obviously, season's canceled last year. You've kind of been off for almost a year now, roughly, give or take.
Yep.
What else have you been up to? What's keeping you busy? Obviously, you work out. You're a fit dude. What else?
It's being able to work a little bit. I work for a practice facility in Oakville, the Toronto Rock Athletic Center.
Fitting.
Yep. Who would have thought? But yeah, no, we've been kind of fortunate get to coach a lot of kids and see a lot of kids through our facility. With obviously the restrictions and stuff, it's kind of being up and down, but I've been busy doing that and play a lot of poker.
You big poker guy.
Poker guy now, yeah.
PokerStars.net or whatever.
Let's go.
Free plug, PokerStars. That's it. Not even paying us.
Go ahead.
I know. I was gonna say, you do a lot of online tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of online tournaments. Kind of the start of COVID, our team would do kind of weekly poker games, and then kind of a month or two after that, I have 6 or 7 roommates.
Oh wow.
But yeah, and then we would just kind of do Friday poker games.
That's it. I get the boys fired up.
Yeah, lost a lot of money. Yeah.
And that 6-year contract's getting cut into a little bit.
I signed it, and then I could play poker.
How is lacrosse? You said you at the practice facility. In terms of youth development in Canada and all that stuff, is it growing? Is it as big as it was? Is it not as popular in Canada as it used to be?
It's definitely growing. I would say it's growing. Couldn't tell you the numbers, but I kind of, from when I was a kid, it was still kind of like you're saying, that niche sport. I was lucky enough, kind of Coquitlam was a big lacrosse hotbed. But yeah, it's definitely growing. I think it's growing in the States as well, kind of people looking for an alternative from football and those head injuries. But I want to think it's growing. I think there's a lot to see, and it's a fun game to play. It's just got to get people to do it. That's really all
Honestly,
it is.
I wish I got into it. I do remember that I used to have, this is actually another fact that I got. I remember this. There used to be a dollar store like not far from my, not when I live with John Tavares' area, the other area, but the dollar store, you sell these like mini lacrosse sticks. They're like little tiny plastic ones, little yellow ball.
Yep.
My brother and I used to play in the backyard. Just whipped the ball at him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I really liked lacrosse. I wasn't good by any means, but I had decent hand-eye coordination. I probably should have played.
So when I played Mimico.
You guys want another beer or anything?
I'm okay.
I'd get you another one if you
I'm
want.
good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Okay. So I
Thank you.
I played Mimico, and so we had the house league. First year I played house league because it was a good, different sport to play. I was always a hockey player. So jumped into lacrosse one summer, and you got the big white rib cage thing, the one I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So you have one of those. And mind you, I was a goalie, so I went from goalie to playing out. And the whole idea of cross-checking to me was just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, you can just cross-check somebody. Just run up to them and just absolutely dominate their life. So I couldn't cradle. My wrist just did not turn like that. So I was a terrible cradler, relatively fast. I would just run up and down the field, the rink. I see someone with the ball, okay, cross-check them. That's it. Cross-check or slash. And I'm like, in hockey, this is so, like, the complete opposite.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit older. I made the B select team. And our A select team, so Mimico's, like, pretty legit in Toronto for lacrosse. So our A team was, like, pretty good. And then when they got knocked out or whatever, a lot of their good players came to play with our B team. So our B team ended up winning.
Oh, let's
One
go.
year, yeah. Well, it's the B team, so you're kind of like you're winning the shitty division, but still pretty cool. I still have my big jersey, my baby blue jersey.
Oh, yeah.
Mimico
Mimico's
Mountaineer.
Mimico's really good at lacrosse.
Yeah,
Like,
in Toronto they were
They're pretty good, yeah.
At least they used to be. I know.
Mhm.
I live in Mimico. I'm gonna go check it out.
So you know where they play? Do you know when you go down Brown's Line?
Okay.
You keep going. You make all right. You know where the Fortinos is, or the Sobeys? Sobeys or Fortinos?
On Brown's Line?
Maybe not Brown's Line. Fudge.
Do you know what the facility's called?
No, I don't. That's the problem.
No, you guys wouldn't know
I
it.
had no idea.
Pull it up.
Mimico's
Hey.
got a good color scheme, though.
Great, man.
The
The baby
baby
blue,
blue.
navy blue.
I
Fuck
love
yeah.
it.
And I had a white, because I was a goalie, I didn't have my own player helmet. So my mom ended up buying me some like crappy like white Jofa or something. I look like
Cheese
trash.
grater.
Oh.
Yeah. Mind you, like I didn't play.
least
I
it wasn't an
lacrosse
iPad.
wasn't my sport. So like my parents got me like decent hockey, or not decent. They got me good hockey equipment. But then to play summer house league, they're not going to go and spend like legit money to get me good gear.
Yeah.
So all my gear was from Walmart, which like at the time wasn't terrible. It's not like there's like
Yeah.
lacrosse sports stores.
Yeah.
So my gear was from Walmart, and I remember like you got all these like former like dudes that play hockey got like sick gloves, sick helmet. Here I am with like my Walmart Jofa white bucket.
You know what's funny actually? When I played baseball growing up. I started in soccer, switched to baseball through high school. And the same thing, baseball in Canada, like I could never find a really good like baseball store. I guess lacrosse maybe similar, but like there was like stores you can go get any hockey equipment you want, like any soccer cleats, but like there was not many dedicated to, at least from my perspective, to like baseball, lacrosse, some other sports.
Yeah.
There used to be one place called Ward and Patch in Etobicoke, but I always remember
Sorry to cut you off before I forget this. It's at Royal York and Drummond.
Yeah,
Mimico Arena.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed. Mimico
Yeah.
Arena. That's what I probably would have thought. Could have said it had an arena.
I didn't know they had an arena. I couldn't remember that. There you go. A little picture on Google. Mimico Mountaineers. Bunch
Sick.
of little dingers.
Oh, yeah.
There's gonna be you in the middle there one day.
So I would go down. I remember like I wouldn't get baseball gear here. We'd go like to Buffalo and go to Dick's Sporting Goods. And I remember like going to Dick's Sporting Goods as a kid who grew up playing sports was like going into like Disneyland. I remember like seeing they would have like the cases of like these gloves. Like they had everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything. Canada does not have that.
No.
Like Sport Check has probably gone a little bit better these days with like stocking good sporting equipment.
Yeah.
But like it's just another level down there.
Dick's is another level.
Yeah?
Like, I know exactly that experience.
They're massive. They're the size of like IKEAs and stuff.
It's gross.
Yeah.
It's just like anything you need, it's there.
Yeah. I remember I'd go down, like, speaking of that, so I remember the first time I ever bought my, like, back in the day, I would, like, you would baseball, my parents would, like, I was Greek, so when I played baseball, my parents weren't like, "Oh, this is an amazing sport to play." It was like, "Okay, cool." So I started doing research, like, I want to get my own bat for the season. I went down to the States, and I remember like it was like DeMarini was the best bat at the time, and the bats were like, I don't know, a couple $100. Like they were like hockey sticks, like super expensive. I remember walking to Dick's and seeing that, and I'm like, this was not even in Canada yet. So I got it. My parents were like, "Okay, we'll get it for you for your birthday." I remember coming back to my team. I played AA at the time, and I walked in with the bat for the first practice, and the guy's like, "How the fuck would you get this from?" And I remember the first swing, just pull one off the fence. I thought I was so cool. I was like, going to Dick's every year for a new bat.
Let's go.
It's such a good feeling.
There's the Dick's in Buffalo, just over the border, and I remember me and Shay went down with our parents for like, you go down for like a weekend shopping trip. Went down there, we walked into Dick's, and Shay, one of my best friends at the time, put on all this football gear. He's like skinny little white kid. Never played football in his life. Puts on, like, decks himself out in all white gear. Then it goes all black gear, all blue gear. Like, helmet, shoulder pads, practice jerseys, cleats, the whole 9 yards. The lady in the change room was like, "What is wrong with this kid?" He's also the type of guy that would go into like a hockey store and get fully geared up as a goalie. Meanwhile, he's like a forward. Just to put on the gear. Like, "Hey, do I look like I'm good?" I'm like, "Yeah, you do, man. You look sick." Those are the best, eh? When you're a kid.
Honestly, I can't wait to see that. Like, one day, and you got a little one, you got to like get him into sports, and you just like see them, their eyes light up when they walk into a store like that. And you feel like you're in the big leagues. You feel like you're like picking out your own stuff. That's the best.
What's the good brand for lacrosse? Because I remember the gloves they always had, because the gloves are special. They're not hockey gloves because they have the special wrist attachment.
Yep.
What's like the legit brand? Or sorry, what's your brand? Like, what brand do you wear?
I'm a Warrior guy.
Warrior.
I was a sponsored athlete from Warrior.
That's why I asked.
Yeah,
Humble brag.
Well, was.
Was. We're on hold right now.
Yeah, we're on hold.
Is that because just like season stuff, or is it just like some stuff to do with the league? Or?
It's kind of a little bit of everything. Okay. Stuff to do with the league, contract, and then the PLL. Warrior isn't a sponsor for the PLL, so I think that kind of puts a little.
Because the PLL has their own sponsors.
Yeah.
Dedicated, they have like Adidas and some other ones.
Yeah, Adidas is their major sponsor.
Does Adidas make lacrosse gear?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I believe.
We gotta go to Dick's.
I'm a Warrior guy.
Does Adidas make lacrosse gear?
We gotta go to Dick's in the States and just gear ourselves up.
I want to go buy a lacrosse thing that I just throw the ball around.
I have two.
What? Yeah. Man, we should have gone. We should have planned this for the second. Like, go on the side and chuck the ball.
A lot of lacrosse here.
They do?
There's a section on their website called lacrosse.
Oh, no shit.
Georgie's gonna the next time you play pickup, Georgie's gonna show up just fully decked out in top line gear.
Yeah. But I can't, because Adidas, if they're good, I don't wear Adidas. I'm a Nike guy. Nike doesn't do it.
I don't hate. I do Adidas.
Yeah.
New Balance.
Those are fire shoes.
Warrior New Balance.
Yeah. Does New Balance make lacrosse gear?
You got Under Armour too. You got Under Armour.
Yeah, I'm a little cross.
Yeah, that's
okay. So you're a Warrior guy when you play like stick, all that kind of stuff. And
yep.
Are they kind of the top? Do you know like who is the most, like who's the best or most commonly used?
They've kind of been my top. Like since I started playing lacrosse, like Warrior's always just like the what you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've almost every stick I've had has kind of been Warrior, and gloves. They made the best gloves, so.
Yeah, you got to stick.
Exactly.
My stick was a blue aluminum. I don't even know what brand it was. It was a bright blue aluminum.
Oh, you're talking about your lacrosse. I was like hockey. I was like,
no. My lacrosse stick is a bright blue, like a nice looking Mimico Mountaineers blue.
Yeah. You still have it?
I still have two of them because me and John's.
Is it like kids?
And I would re-net mine. I would re-net mine every season like I was legit and needed to.
Oh, you have to do that.
But I was terrible.
No, it doesn't matter. I would play baseball. I would like restitch my glove every year. Like you get the season ready, you start tarring up the helmet. Like I
was so bad at cradling.
You gotta fake it till you make it.
I was so bad at cradling. I would make
that's my line. I was always sorry, I might not have been the best player at anything I did. I always looked the best. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like just a quick side note. Sorry, the season when I got the DeMarini bat, my team was like the Titans, and I was supposed to play AAA that year. The team folded because there wasn't enough guys, so I got sent down to AA, and the team was a pinstriped outfit. It was trash. So it was like the jersey was blue and the pants were like a stripe, and I was like, yeah, I'm not wearing those. So I was the only kid on the team who wore all white because I thought I was sick, and I was like, the coach was like, what are you doing? I was like, look good, feel good, play with, buddy. I'm wearing this all season, and he's like, And this is going to be like, this is not even a humble brag. I knew I was the best guy on the team because I was going to play Triple A. So they're like, they're not going to kick me off the team.
Yeah.
So I just wore my own fit the whole year.
Fired
I was kind of a douche move when you look back at it. Like the whole team's wearing an outfit. I'm in the opposite color, not opposite, but my own color pants.
No, but
Anyways.
the thing is, when you know you're good and
But
you're
I
playing,
felt-
like it's at the end of the day, you're not going pro. So it's like,
Yeah, it was my last season. I was in like grade 12. I was like, I had enough of this.
I did,
Let me just go with a bang.
I'll tell a similar story. When I did the same thing. I came from AAA in hockey, played down in AA, and I knew I was a goalie. I knew I was a starter. I knew I was pretty legit for AA, not AAA. So in AA, we're in this Silver Stick tournament, which is like the big heavy duty tournament. You win that, you go to like the final tournament, and that's where like all the good teams go. So first game of the tournament, I remember because I was just 16 or 17. I just got my G2, and I was hanging out with like my girlfriend at the time. I showed up, Hez the Zamboni's getting on the ice to clean the ring. And you're supposed to be there like 30 minutes, 45 minutes before game. I got there. He's like, Ricky, and my coach is yelling at me. And he's like, at this point, a friend, right? It's like my buddy's dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're a blah, blah, blah. You show up late again. We're not going to start. I was like, Kent, relax. I'm going to play sick. I'm going to fucking kill it. We're going to win this game. Just like, relax. I got on the ice as the puck's about to drop. I opened the door so they couldn't drop the puck. I open the door. I get in the net, kick the other goalie out.
Shut up.
Ask my mom. My mom's going to listen to this story too.
Sorry, buddies.
So I get in net. Don't we win 1-0?
Big shout out, eh?
Yeah. And the best part is I had cousins from Italy there. So my whole family's there 30 minutes before the game, like shooting the shit, relaxing. And I'm getting on the ice as the puck's about to drop.
No stretch, no nothing.
No stress, nothing. Second game, whatever. I didn't play because we were like kind of alternating at the time and we were playing a shitty team. So we ended up losing that game. So third game we had to win. So I go up, play again, win 1-0. Again, like similar situation. So I was like, hey, Ken, you're obviously going to play me. Like now we need to win the rest of these games, right?
Yeah.
But it's like in tournaments, we tried to split the game. So it's not as much like backup goalie, starter goalie. So technically it would have been the other goalie's turn to play. I was like, no, you're not playing him. I'm back-to-back shutouts here. He's like, okay, you need to show up early. Just randomly that day, like traffic was on the highway. Like it's like I was actually going to show up early. Like I was planning on showing up early. Get there, traffic on the highway. I show up like 5 minutes before game time. He's like, Rick, I'm going to fucking kill you. He's like, you said you were going to show up. I'm like, man, not even my fault. The first game, you can blame me. I'll take that L. This one is not even my fault. We win 2-1. Final game. I kid you not. Brampton Battalion Center or the Brampton Powerade Center. That's what it was. Yeah. Final game. So I knew I was playing this game for sure. I'm like, I'm going to show up early. Whatever. Show up early. Decide to tape my stick. Forget to tape my stick. So I took off all the tape. We're about to get on the ice. I'm like, fuck, I got no tape on my stick. So I'm like, Zamboni again is on the ice. I'm like trying to hurry up to tape my stick. But again, you got to tape it nice. You can't just do a hack job, right? You're a goalie. Final game, big. So I'm literally warm-ups on the bench. My coach is like, Ricky, use your other stick. I'll tape it. I'm like, no, I need to tape it. It's like, you can't have someone else tape your stick. I'm not legit where I got like a stick tape guy. Like, no, I got to tape it. I got to wax it nice, make it look nice. Right, put the black rubber mark from the puck. Tape my stick. No warm-up again, and we won 2-1. We won the tournament.
You're sick.
It was, my coach, he's like, if you didn't play good, I would have fucking killed you. But
Man, I want to play sports right now talking about this. I want to get outside and throw the baseball around.
I grabbed the, what's that game you play in the park?
Spike ball.
Spike ball. Should I go grab it?
Maybe
We'll play some today.
Great game.
What are you playing today? You want to hang out after?
Yeah, I'm in.
Come play.
Let's go.
We got another podcast after this. Once it's done, we'll meet you at Stanley.
Sounds great.
Honestly, I'm fine. What else I got going on? We should have. You know what we should do? We keep our lacrosse sticks down here. Give me
Keep the lax sticks down here.
Actually, you know what? We're okay for time. I wanted to ask the point too. Jumping back, yeah, lax. People love to use that term. Down.
Lax.
I always see in the States, eh?
LAX.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. When you were going for I guess college in the States, Stony Brook, was that? Are they a big school? How was that process? Did you were you like scouted? Did you apply to other schools? What was that process like?
It was a grind. It was an absolute grind. I knew I wanted to go play collegiate lacrosse. I went to a few kind of prospect camps in Baltimore. But yeah, kind of going into my senior year of college or high school, I wasn't really talking to a whole lot of schools. So I was kind of like panicking. I was freaking out because I really had no kind of plan or direction if I didn't play collegiate lacrosse. But yeah, I want to say it was kind of early October after a nationals tournament. My field coach, he kind of reached out to the guy at Stony Brook, Coach Nagel, and just was kind of like, you need to look at this guy, take a shot, whatever. Kind of just pump my tires a little bit and ended up going down there for a visit, and it just kind of worked out. I really kind of needed a lot of money to kind of go there. So kind of needed that full scholarship, and they offered me one. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, it was kind of no brainer at that point.
That's awesome, man. Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So you made a point earlier, like John Hopkins was one that like, was that your, like as a kid growing up, like that was the dream?
Yeah, that was outside playing at the box at like 11 years old. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Johns Hopkins. It's the baby blue.
they're sick. They're crazy. They
Nah, fuck those guys. What was your school again?
Stony Brook.
Stony Brook, man.
Yeah.
But we
The
rep them.
Brook.
Yeah, the Brook.
the Brook. How does it work? Like, because obviously, like schools, let's say, like for example, John Hopkins, Duke. I only know those names because it's just common. I actually know Duke probably for the wrong reasons. So I'm not gonna get into that story now, but there's a big scandal.
We'll talk about off air.
I mean, I don't know. Can people talk about it? We should not.
Yeah, there's an ESPN 30 for 30 on it, I think.
It's a big scandal, like a lot of allegations on the team. They had like a boat party and some shit went down.
Yeah,
and
allegations. Then
did they get
charges dropped?
Yeah, I don't know how the story played out, but it was the news. That's why I know Duke's a big lacrosse school. Cause
that put it bad.
Yeah, put a bad name on it for a while. But that probably sticks with them because people like myself, for example. Like I know that story, but like, is it behind them now, or are they like?
Yeah, they're back.
They're still kind of like the top school again.
Mm-hmm.
That must have hurt them from like a recruiting perspective for a long time. I would guess.
Yeah, recruiting.
A lot of parents probably like, yeah, you're not going here.
You're not going there.
Yeah.
The Brook.
The Brook, baby.
Brook's got a good name.
At the Brook.
And like I guess it's similar in that sense of like for lacrosse, like I mean, when you're playing high school and all those through like leagues, do the schools send people up to like to scout? How does like, or do you go? Is it mostly you have to go down for camps, send tape? How does that work out?
Kind of all of them. Kind of being West Coast, BC, not a whole lot of D1 colleges kind of on the West Coast. So we kind of had recruiting camps where kind of, college guys from college guys or coaches from the East Coast kind of came over and took a look at the Canadians. I want to say probably 5-10 years before me, there was kind of you see more Canadians kind of in the field game. So that kind of helped with me, and hopefully kind of my generation helped with the next kind of group. But I feel like in D1 lacrosse, you need Canadians to be really good. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's exciting. I don't know. I think it's a cool sport. I think it seems like it's growing, and like like some of the PLL I think is really cool, and it's a cool concept to like see them like moving around, giving exposure to maybe cities that otherwise wouldn't. Like maybe some kid in that town's like, hey, I've never seen a lacrosse game. Their parents take them out, and it builds that, right? Yeah. It'd be really interesting to see if like down the road one day like there's some kind of, I don't know, a merger, but I guess not because box is different. So yeah, it must be. Yeah, never mind. Ignore what I just said. That doesn't make much sense. So I guess what's next for you? I guess is it just like head down. Hopefully borders open. You can head out and play in the States this summer.
Chaos.
Yeah, that'd be ideal. That'd be nice. Don't know if we're trying in that direction. Yeah. But yeah, that'd be great.
And when does that season start up?
That starts in June.
There's no set date or anything yet, or
June 19th, I believe, or June 9th.
So you got 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months.
Hopefully that happens.
Yeah, see.
If borders open up, or you can get the vaccine or something, like I'm sure you can probably go down. I guess because you're going back and forth on weekends. You said so.
Yeah, so
that makes it tough.
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay.
Come back, quarantine, go quarantine.
That'd be kind of frustrating. Yeah, for sure. Hey, well, if you ever need guys to practice and you need a goalie to throw balls at, no, he's your guy.
Guys, I kid you not. I saw that. I was like, yo, in hockey, some people might think it's dumb to play goalie in hockey because you have a rubber puck flying at you at like 100 miles an hour or whatever. In lacrosse, I think that is your balls are the biggest balls in any sport. Like
you'd be a little crazy.
Like especially in field, you have zero equipment on your shins. A ball to the shin.
Yeah, the fuck? That's crazy.
I've asked goalies, like, what's that? Like, you just smoke them with one, like, normal people would completely kill them. And then you're like, hey, how'd that feel? They're like, didn't feel it. It's like, you're a psycho.
Yeah.
No way.
The crazy part is they hold the stick up top, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So it's like, think about it, if someone rips one low, that's like, you got to be like super quick to get it down there.
Yeah.
It's not like you could just like drop into a butterfly like in hockey and you just, it doesn't hurt because you got big pads on.
It's a lot of goalies drop though. Kind of.
In field?
Fucking
like
jobs.
if it's like a bounce or something, they'll like drop and try like.
Fuck no.
Just take it to the. Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, we had a goalie who got a shot off the cup. and he just was like, I'm not feeling great.
I'm gonna go home.
Played the rest of the game. Like, we're at the bar after, like, post game, and he's just like, still not feeling good. And he went to the city where his girlfriend was, and he got it checked like the next day, and ends up like he ruptured it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
shut up.
Yeah, it went like a good day and a half, 2 days without getting it.
Fuck. That's yep.
And that's
Never playing goalie.
And that's time to wrap up the episode.
That's a good one.
No,
To
but,
close out on.
yeah, we appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
That's
Sean's
good
been
chat.
awesome,
Learned
man.
a lot about lacrosse and you know.
I also learned a lot about lacrosse that I didn't know I knew about lacrosse. Shout out Bob Watson, baby, the
That's
goat.
Let's go Whipper.
We're definitely gonna come check out a couple games once the games start back up again. So
Absolutely.
100%.
appreciate it. We've got 2 questions we always ask every guest.
Uh-oh.
No, they're not bad. The first, if there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you? Could be anyone from any point in time.
Ooh. That's a good question. Go Mark Wahlberg. He's just a beauty.
Beauty.
Yeah, huge beauty.
Yeah.
I feel like you can get like a Jason Momoa to play it or something.
Honestly, he was at the tip of my tongue.
But yeah,
But just Mark Wahlberg.
Marky
got that
Mark.
a little bit.
Marky Mark commented on our podcast once. Big
go.
flex, yeah.
Hopefully-
humble brag.
Yeah, that's a
I know.
humble. That's a nice
That
humble
is a
right
huge
there.
humble.
Anytime someone says,
Hey, didn't Tom Brady too?
yeah, I don't want to get into this. Tom Brady, Dave Grutman said we were the best podcast ever. But anyways,
Let's
don't
go.
brag. George, your last one.
If you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Trust the process. It's pretty generic, but I think kind of throughout my life, just kind of the older I've gotten, kind of the less stress I've tried to kind of put on myself. And you know, it's a lot of things have worked out for me. Just kind of being even keel, just trusting the process.
Love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. If people want to find out more about you, what you're doing, all your games, highlights, scores, where can they go? How can they find you?
Instagram, I think it's Challen Rogers 23.
Perfect.
I'm not much of a social media guy.
Well, we're glad you're
You
on.
gotta
'Cause you
fire it
reached out
up,
to us.
man.
Yeah, we got you when
We need you to be on it. We need you to take over.
Yeah.
You be like build the NLL version of Paul Rabel, man. Build that
There you go.
following up.
That's
I
it.
wasn't a big social media
Now he is.
guy.
Right? Now he is.
Yeah,
He
today's
signs
the
a big
turning
contract. They said, hey, you gotta promote the league a little
Yeah.
more. That's it.
point. Let's go.
That's
Love it.
awesome, man. Hey, it's been a pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Fuck, I'm fired up. I want to watch some lacrosse,
That's
play
it.
some lacrosse.
That's it. If you made it to this point in the episode, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, all those fun things. And until next episode, guys, cheers.
See ya.